the Boardwalk Plaza Hotel in beautiful Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where every room is steps from the beach.
Welcome to Pet Info Cafe. I'm here with Melissa Schwartz at the Victoria's Restaurant on the boardwalk of Rehoboth Beach at the Boardwalk Plaza Hotel for a lovely Sunday breakfast after a beautiful weekend interviewing the birds, Jim, and our African gray star, Peanut. Melissa has a little bit of history with the Boardwalk Hotel. Would you tell us about bringing your son?
Oh, my son now is 36, and we used to come here on occasion when we came for our summer's vacations in Delaware. Since we're in the DMV, it was just a short 3 to 4 hour drive, depending on the British traffic. And we have some wonderful memories here at the hotel.
That's absolutely true, and I think so many people do. So we love that the birds are all part of this beautiful boardwalk history, and not just the seagulls, but the actual parakeets, parrots, and our special African gray. So stay tuned for more. Thank you from Pet Info Cafe.
Okay, boy, you ready? I know you are. I'm not sure you know what you're ready for, though. Come on. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna go somewhere. We are. You ready? Are you ready? Here, get in. Put this on your head so you don't get scared. Of course, putting it on your head will make you scared, but that's okay. Ready? Oh, you're okay. Yeah, you're going outside. You are. You are. See, and here we are, baby. Here we are. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. See?
Well, then let's talk about this special um, bro relationship,
Okay.
bromance. You and Peanut.
I have known Peanut for 8 years, and we've been friends for 7. The first year was rough for me. He chose the 1-year waiting period. He bit me every opportunity he got, but I was persistent. And my goal and I knew the birds before I started here, but when I started here, my goal was to be his friend, because I have to be every animal's friend, but this was my special. And just one day out of the blue, everything was fine. He let me pick him up. He didn't bite me. I was like a kid at Christmas Eve. It was just the greatest feeling in the world. And it's been like that since. He kind of knows my schedule. He knows that I'm down to 2 days a week now. I tell him on Saturday night, I won't see you all week. I'll see you on Friday. And I swear to God, he understands what I'm talking about. Because I don't think he expects to see me until the end of the week. But every now and then I'll pop in to see him. I love him. He's just the best animal I've ever come in contact with.
Yeah, that's just so clear. Did he have a special person before you?
He did. There was 2 people before me. Tom, they used to refer to him as Little Tom because it was a large, big Tom. Little Tom was his person, and I don't know if Tom took him out of the cage. It was right when I first started, but every time he saw Tom, he got so excited. He'd get to the front of the cage and he's rattling it, and he just wanted to be with Tom. And there was another gal, Candy, who used to work in the coffee shop that we had here, and he loved her. And it was funny because one day, and again, I had only been here a little bit of time. I think I might have been okay with him at that point, but she goes, "Oh, come here," and she goes, "Give him a kiss." And like an idiot, he grabbed my lip, He could have very well hurt me, but he didn't. He didn't. And he'll still grab my lip every now and then, but he never, like if he nips me, it's never on the face. He's careful about that, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah. He's more just a matter of tasting you, like what kind of
letting me know there's boundaries.
Okay. Oh,
but yeah, so he did have 2 people before that, and that's why I can never leave here now, because I was going to retire a couple of years ago, and I'm laying in bed one night, and I'm like, I can't retire because he will not know where I am. And after Tom and Candy, I just couldn't do that to the little guy. So I do a couple nights a week, and that seems to be enough for him. But he's such a good boy.
Well, he really is. Today he seemed very content.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's good with people now.
He seemed very content being in the lobby, and I think that's something I've talked to. I interviewed a wildlife rescue, and he is an African gray named Garth, and he talked about how, oh, look at you all puffing up. He talked about that they're really wild birds, and they need that kind of stimulation. Do you find that's true?
Oh yeah. Watch, I'll show you something. This is how I show this to the kids, because a kid will get a kick out of it.
Oh,
but this is how he likes to play, and I figured this out because every night before I left, I would say goodnight to him in his cage, and he would be hanging upside down, and he'd be swinging back and forth, and maybe he'll do it, maybe he won't. He's a little nervous. Come on, you show us. No, it's not you. See, they got a mind of their own. They do. That's not what I want. You know that. Ready? Okay. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. He'll usually swing back and forth, but that feels good.
Oh, thank you. Let's have more of that.
But he'll swing back and forth and bob his head, and he loves it. It's like a little game for him. You ready? Oh, yeah, like that. Oh, yeah, you're so silly. You're so screwy. You're a silly boy. Oh, I love you.
How is, so does he miss flying?
Probably. I mean, it's sad. They do belong in the wild, but I'm happy that he's here. They don't seem to mind too much. I don't know that he's ever. Well, no, he did fly. I have seen him fly a few times, not very often, but he seems pretty content. He seems happy. There's a lot of interaction with the guests here, which is good for him.
Yeah.
This is like the perfect environment for him.
Okay. Is it Peanut the perfect environment? I just get the sense that he is very much large and in charge.
Oh yeah, he is. No, he knows what he wants, and he's very determined when he wants it. But he's good with people. Like when I was working full time, I would have him out from 3 to about 9:30 every night, because he wasn't very social with other people, and and he likes to sit on the register, so I'd put him on the register. And if somebody came up to him, I'd always go over there just to make sure everything was going to go smoothly. Now I totally trust him. He's okay with people. He lets people touch his beak. He lets them pet him. He's come a long, long way as far as being social.
Well, tell me about the biting, because I noticed he was kind of gripping your pants as he walked over like the tree trunk, right?
Just balance, I guess.
Yeah. Now, should I approach him, and if so, how?
Go ahead, pet his beak. He's good with that.
Okay.
He'll do that. He's just checking you out.
Yeah, this is just like, you want my ring, honey? Okay.
No, he's not a jewelry thief. That's the other one.
It doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't hurt at all. Hi, baby. Oh.
I don't know what that means, but usually he does that when he's grabbing somebody's hand.
Thank you. I love you too. Nice to meet you.
And he'll let you pet his back. You just can't go directly over his head. But if you go on the side, he's good with that. Okay. He loves a back rub.
Okay. Oh.
Like we'll end up doing this all night long until about 10 o'clock when I put him to bed.
Yeah, I can see that he likes that. You like that, baby? Oh, I think you do.
Say, who doesn't?
Who doesn't like a back rub? That's right. Precious boy.
He really is. He's just an amazing animal.
How old is he?
I think he's 26, maybe 27. It's hard to tell because as far as I know, we're about his 5th home. And he didn't have bad homes, which is people realized they didn't have time for him. And not a bird you can put in a cage and walk away. They're just too smart.
I think that's very true. And that's what my wildlife.
Yeah, and
friends
a lot of people don't do their homework, and It's sad. A lot of them don't get the attention that they should. He gets plenty of attention.
I think he does.
He's got his own little group of his own fan base now that come in to see him every night or whenever
really?
they're in town. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he have a Facebook page? We should.
He doesn't, and it's a matter of who would. Nobody has time to manage something like that. That's the thing. But I totally think he should have one. Shouldn't you, baby?
Yes, I think you should. Well, I notice when I make a reservation that they say they have Enro on the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wondered if he had any presence like
Enro's been like the. I can't think of the word.
mascot.
The mascot of the hotel.
Yeah.
She was very outgoing, and she loved everybody, and everybody loved her, and the colors. But he's getting a fan base now.
I would think so. I would hope so. Because look at that tail.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, look at that red tail. Is there any topping?
He's
any
a
way to
smart little
top
boy.
that? Yeah. So he's 26 years old, and they will live.
They say the average is 50, with no health issues, 70 plus.
Wow.
So it's a huge commitment. And if you got one, you'd have to will it to somebody.
Yes.
Chances are it's going to live longer than you.
Mm-hmm. Have you willed him to someone here?
He's got the perfect gig here because there's always going to be somebody here for him.
Yeah.
He can live here for the rest of his life. There's always going to be somebody to take care of him. Won't necessarily be me, as I tell him every now and then.
Yeah.
But no, he's got a great home. He really does have it made.
Yeah.
He lives like a little prince. Like today, I bring him stuff in on my days, the days that I work. Yesterday, I brought him in. He likes it. I give him half of a hard-boiled egg, but he only likes the yolk. He eats it like it's candy. And I make it's kind of like an oat kind of thing with dried vegetables and dried fruit. And all I do is boil it and save it. But I bring him in a little bit of that every day.
That's sweet.
Today he had the grains, and he had a little bit of corn. He loves corn on the cob.
Oh.
Loves it.
Oh.
Can't always have it, but we found it this time.
Well, his weight seems healthy. His energy seems healthy. How do we balance his diet so that he's eating the right amount and the right things?
He's a smart guy. Like when I have him out at night, it's funny. Poop wise, he'll hold it for about 4 hours for me, which is great because the smaller birds will go wherever they happen to be. But he's been pretty good about it. So I'll take him out at 3. About 7 o'clock, I put him back in to have a little poop break, and we feed him. And they're not gluttons. They're not like a dog. They won't overeat. They pick and choose what they want. What they don't like, they throw out on the floor or at the bottom of their cage.
Okay.
So he eats pretty good. He gets his fruit. He gets a grape. He gets oranges. They say he likes carrots. I've not seen him eat one. I see them at the bottom of his cage. So he'll eat broccoli. He'll tolerate a sweet potato. But they eat. It's almost like a trail mix. I think you could eat it if you really wanted to.
Okay.
And most of it he likes. Some of it, like I said, he goes out of the bowl.
Well, how did he get the name Peanut?
I do not know. He's Peanut the second.
Yeah.
I don't know who named the first one. Peanut the second went to heaven, and they got him. I'm not sure what the time frame was when they got him. I did know Peanut the first, and it was funny because I had come down here one day because I had a place before I moved down, and I went over to Peanut's cage, and I stuck my hand in the cage, and he bit me. And I'm like, what? And the front desk's like, that's not the same Peanut. It was this guy who bit me.
Oh.
But you can't tell the difference. Not
Right.
baby. But that's a long time ago.
And that was the start of a beautiful
Yes, it was.
Now, about you and birds.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned you loved all animals.
I love, yeah.
So how is it that you came to be a bird lover?
I never in a million years would have thought.
Yeah.
But I'm a bird. They're just so smart. It's like nothing I've ever had. Dogs they're great, but they're dopey, but they love everybody. Cats are a little bit smarter and can manipulate you.
Yeah.
He can manipulate you, but they're just so smart. I think he understands what I'm talking about. I can pretty much tell what he wants, and he listens and he interacts. He's just an amazing animal.
Yeah, he really is. And does he have any kind of vocabulary?
Oh yeah. But you can't make him do anything.
No.
They have the intelligence of a 5-year-old, so everything's on his terms. Bird, silly bird, cracker, morning, hello, what, and when he says what, it's like It's like a teenager talking to their mother. It's like, what, with the attitude? What are you doing? What's up? He barks, he coughs, he laughs, he whistles, he meows. He knows the Andy Griffith theme.
He does?
He'll only do it when he's really looking for attention. I do what I want when I want.
know, right.
That's why when a mother comes up and she wants Peanut to talk to her kid, and if it's a little one, I'm like, how old's the kid?
Yeah.
Oh, 4 years old. I'm like, similar to this one, you know how they are. They do what they want, and he'll talk when he's ready or has something to say. Huh?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Good boy. Well, thank you so much for this time
Sure.
and everything. Any other thoughts, anything else that you would like bird lovers to know, people coming to the Boardwalk Hotel to know?
Well, all the birds are great. They've all got their own little individual personalities. Moosey is a character. He's cute. He's very innocent looking. He's tricky. He's a devil. He'll give you a little nip, but he's adorable. And even if he does nip you, you're back for more. Emerald is a new Emerald. He's a boy, so there's going to be no more egg issues with the birds.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to prefer women over men. Yes, and he makes it very clear. And when I go to put him to bed at night, because we cover him, it's almost like he wants to fight with me. He's in there bouncing around. But this one lets me do whatever I want to him. Because you're a good boy.
Well, thank you, Peanut. Anything else you want to tell the people watching the TV show?
Say hello.
Hello?
I'm a bird.
Hello?
That's what he does. Every now and then he'll say, I'm the bird. I'm like, yes, you're the bird.
You the bird?
You the bird?
He did talk to me from his cage, so maybe I'll get lucky to see if
He's very chatty at night.
Yeah.
When I half cover him. I don't cover him completely till I walk out the door.
Uh-huh.
But when he's in his cage, he's got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Well, thank you, Jim.
Oh, you're welcome.
So lovely.
Big commitment though, if they want to get a bird like this, it's a huge commitment.
I think that's
They're very time
important
consuming.
message.
Travel's limited, unless you can find somebody that you trust with your baby,
Yeah.
and it will be like a baby.
Yeah. That means very special treatment and very, very bonded.
Yeah, they are. Like that's part of the reason I won't leave. If I were to leave, he might get so freaked out that when they get stressed like that, they start plucking their feathers and they have nervous conditions. Yeah, they're very emotional. They're very cool animals.
Oh, gosh.
So we don't want any of that to happen to you.
All right. I
Thank
think
you.
that's a wrap. Thank
There you go.
so much.
There you go. You're going to be on the internet. Yes, you are.
Yeah. I'm so happy to tell this story
We'll
for so
sit
many
and watch
reasons.
it together. He sits at night with me in the back, and we do some work.
Yes. Do you work?
He does.
You make sure that you work.
He helps.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
He's a good boy, though.
Awesome. I just love it. Thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome.
this.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And I am here with Richard and Karen Weiner to talk about their rescue of birds. Richard, I'd like to start with you,
Yes,
and I'd like you to tell us all about your rescue, how you got started.
absolutely. Well, thank you for having me, Jennifer. Certainly. So I started the rescue probably over 30 years ago. And in the beginning, I used to foster cats for a foster-only animal shelter. And I was a young police officer. This was in probably 1985, 1986. I was walking a foot patrol beat, and I saw this guy walking around with a cockatoo on his shoulder. And I was just absolutely fascinated by this interaction between this man and this bird. So I went over and I'm talking to him and asking him about the bird and everything like that. And I thought, wow, I would really like to get a bird. So what did I do? I thought, I saw a cockatoo. I saw this incredible interaction. So I thought, that's the bird I want. So I started to do some research. And at that time, there weren't really any rescues. So I was looking at pet stores. I was looking at breeders. And after seeing about a half a dozen different places, I was like, I just don't think as a young police officer, I'm going to do much sleeping on midnights with a loud cockatoo. So I did some more research, and that's when I found about African greys. And that's when I found a breeder, got my first bird, Prince. I had him for 37 years. And he is basically what got us started. Now, unfortunately, as does always happen, birds, even birds will pass away. And so I had to have him euthanized at 37 years of age, and almost shut down the rescue. But we realized that there's just no way. This is what Prince wanted us to do. This is what Prince got us started. So we kept on. And since then, we've probably done 300 birds through the rescue.
So tell us all about your special friend that you're holding right now.
Oh, this guy here, this is Garth. This is also an African gray, and he came to us as a rescue. He was actually left with with another bird, another African gray at the vet's office.
Tell us about his personality. And, African Greys are incredibly loyal. They bond with one person. So you're not the first person in his life. What's that been like?
Well, actually, that's actually a myth. People think that while they're monogamous creatures, they can form many different bonds over their life. Garth was real close with me when he was here the first time, and when he came back, it's like he didn't miss a beat. They can learn to have, multiple relationships over their lifetime, and that's what helps to make them so hardy. African Greys tend to be, as my wife will call them, they're the bird, they're the cat in the bird world. They can entertain themselves. They can play in their cages quite nicely. They're not as loud as some of the other birds. They're kind of like when they want you, and they want to sit there and cuddle and snuggle and be with you. And then when they don't, they just kind of leave me alone. And that's why I found the gray. Grays tend to be a lot more quieter, a lot more easygoing. But what happens is people will not get the right species. They'll get matched with the wrong bird, and hence the relationship never takes off. In the wild, what do? They chew things. That's how they sharpen their beaks. That's how they're able to eat better. So they're doing that all the time. So when they're chewing things, you got to give them things to chew. And then their diet. Yes, in the wild, do they eat seed? They do. But they also fly hundreds of miles a day in order to find them to them. So Garth is in my office because this is where I do my work. I work out here. So because I don't get as much time with them, so he'll come and hang out with me. Now, when I get up here in the morning, I open things up, get him out of his cage. I clean his cage, give him fresh food and water. Then he comes out, and if I'm working out on the ground, he'll come over and he'll sit right next to me. If I'm at the desk, he's sitting at my feet. Very, very bonded to me. So he'll probably not go anywhere because of that. Because, it doesn't matter. We've got plenty of others. Yeah. But yeah, he's my boy. He's my Prince too.
Well, thank you for that. And then, as kind of a final takeaway, what led you to this particular bird? Is
It clicked, and sometimes you just know. It's like when you meet somebody and you either like them or you don't like them. And it was kind of that way with Garth. And as soon as he came here, we were very, very close and hung out all the time. So it's kind of like when you know. And getting back to how we do it, that's kind of how we do the adoptions here. Is we try to find that connection. When we find that connection, it really works. And you get all these wonderful stories from years and years gone by from people that have connected with their birds like that. I mean, they're very social creatures.
Oh, I love that. That's just beautiful. And would Garth give us a little cameo before we wrap this part of our interview?
There you think, Garth?
Whistle today? He usually whistles all the time for me, but he's too busy preening.
Garth, aren't I a pretty girl? Don't you want to whistle at the pretty girl? The African gray I met at the hotel whistled at me all the time.
Everybody. Oh, thank you. Gave me the kiss, huh? You are just stubborn, aren't you?
He's like a kid.
Where you going? You don't want to show up for the camera?
He's looking at it.
Yeah, he's watching.
He's watching.
Where's that
Hello, Garth.
coming from?
You can try to walk out. Let me see if I can get him to walk out. Bye, Garth. Bye.
Where'd you go?
Bye.
Did you leave? I was all interested in where Karen went. There you go. Where'd you go? There you go. Where's mine go?
Garth, call the puppy.
Oh, the puppies. Can you call the puppies? Where are the puppies?
Little figure. Are you looking for me?
He did. He turned around.
Are you looking for
Eyes
me?
wide open.
They were looking for me. You missed me. I'm back. I'm back. Like the whole thing is done. Want to switch places?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's gonna sing.
Well, thank you so much to Richard and Karen Weiner from the Refuge for Saving Wildlife for all you do. This episode is brought to you by the Boardwalk Plaza Hotel in beautiful Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where every room is steps from the beach.